Hello everyone and welcome to a new video from Your Overwatch. I'm Eddie the Chump and today we're going to talk about Season 8. More importantly, we're going to talk about the changes that were made to the ranked mode in an effort to create a more competitive environment, specifically at Diamond and above. So by now you should all be aware of what that means. At Diamond and above, there's no performance-based SR adjustments, while Platinum and below keep the old system. And seeing as by now we've had enough time to do all our placements, as well as experience quite a few matches in Season 8, we thought it was a good time to evaluate whether the changes have had the intended effect, or if they've backfired spectacularly. Now this is the start of a new season obviously, and during those times it's quite common to find your teammates more open to working together than they are right at the end of one. That's certainly been true of previous seasons. But I'd be lying if I hadn't observed a noticeable change, both in terms of how each game plays out and in the attitudes of the other players that make up my teammates. The biggest overall change is that winning now really matters, and that does represent quite a significant culture shift in terms of Overwatch ranked. With stats not contributing to how much reward you get for winning, stat chasing and playing selfishly is now irrelevant at Diamond and above. Now it's my experience in most games, not just Overwatch and not just FPS, players will always do exactly what they needed to gain the most rank. Now that used to be in accumulating better stats for the hero that you're playing, and now that's shifted over to just winning the match that you're in. Incentives matter. Players are now incentivized to prioritize the win, and that came directly from the horse's mouth over at Blizzard. It used to be better to be selfish. You were actually incentivized to play for those stats. Swapping off to another hero mid-game or flexing to win the match just wasn't as practical as far as gaining rank was concerned. I don't think that kind of attitude is limited to players of Overwatch. Players in all kinds of games try and find the shortest path to the maximum reward. Thankfully now that shortest path is to embrace a much more directly competitive mindset and do whatever it takes to win the match. Now for the players that are in the ranks that are below Diamond, they might feel like they've been left behind, but in my experience, that attitude has gone down at least as far as Platinum. In Platinum, people are desperate to escape to Diamond, to that new ranking system, the hallowed ground, so they're all trying their best to win as well. There's something aspirational about the ranked mode now. Some people will argue against that, saying that the opposite is true, that because everyone is trying to escape, they're playing extra selfish. But again, in my experience in my placements and other matches around Diamond and High Plat, that's not what's been happening. I've played a lot of games already this season, and I've only had one that I would consider a total non-factor. And yes, that was because someone was one-tricking a niche hero and refused to swap. The reason that winning mindset has spread to lower ranks too is because everyone's end goal is still the same. People want to get to as high a rank as possible. And under the new system, if you do that by playing selfishly, what are you going to do when you arrive at Diamond? Are you then going to widen your hero pool and start flexing? I find that unlikely. Much more likely to me is that everyone, to varying degrees, is trying to take on board this new mindset. With this all being said, there will be some winners and losers under this new system. Flex picking, or flex players in particular, now have a really viable playstyle to gain rank now. Not only is it viable, you could argue that it's one of the best. If you do have a wider hero pool and you're constantly making the right swap at the right time, and your opponents don't, you stand an excellent chance of winning more matches. So in those terms, they're one of the biggest winners. When it comes to losers, one-tricking or very small hero pool players will probably find themselves at a bit of a disadvantage. It really is as if Blizzard has turned the entire competitive world on its head. It used to be the exact opposite. Now one of the best ways to gain the most rank is to develop those extra heroes to swap to when it's needed. Because of the fact that flexing is one of the best ways to gain rank, everyone will start doing it. If you're the kind of player that doesn't do that and doesn't swap, you will be left a little behind. Now any change that Blizzard make to the competitive mode should be evaluated on the "are there more quality matches than before" criteria. And in our experience, that has to be answered with an emphatic yes. The challenge will be in seeing if this winning attitude continues for the rest of the season and into future seasons. If it does maintain this positive start, as in there's an aspirational quality to the rank mode now where people want to get to Diamond and they want to try and win every game that they're in, gaming the system isn't really going to be possible. Now there is quite a lot of debate about having this two-tiered system where Diamond and above don't have any adjustments and Platinum and below do. There are good arguments arguments that it should just be removed entirely from all ranks. However, if that does happen, there will be a new challenge that the competitive community of Overwatch has to face as well, and that's the fact that smurfs could be a real problem at lower ranks. The mechanical skill gap in Overwatch is actually really underrated, and smurfs could absolutely ruin the experience of a lot of low-ranked players in this game. If SR adjustment was totally removed, people could easily throw games to get to a rank where they could just farm people, and that wouldn't be fun for those people at those ranks. If you're trying to learn a skill hero and you're playing against someone who is significantly better than you but on a smurf account, it can be really hard to adjust and learn in that environment. That problem isn't unique to Overwatch. In fact, it's already observable in other games that have ranking systems. But that, as I say, is a challenge for another time. That ties into the line of thinking that if you are plat and below, you should take a DPS character and just farm stats and then make it to diamond. But I think that under this new system, that's even more false than it's ever been. As I said earlier, if you are taking just one hero and getting stats with him, what happens to you when you reach diamond? And the game opens up and it's all just about the win. You won't be able to just play that one hero, so if you did do that, you'd just be shooting yourself in the foot. Plus, it's never been true that only DPS heroes are the ones that could get stats and rank up in an SR adjustment system. Damage blocked, healing done, all of those stats counted. In my opinion, it's a much better idea to start learning new heroes and widening your hero pool and trying to win every game, no matter what rank you are. Because then if you do make it to diamond and above, you're already prepared. I suppose what I'm most grateful for is that these changes, at least in the short term, have helped adjust a lot of players' mentalities and move the community into a much more competitive mindset, where a winning culture has become much more widespread. Long may that continue. I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please don't forget to leave a rating. If you never want to miss another video of us again, please click the bell icon next to the subscribe button on our channel to join the notification squad. You'll be in good company. And finally, please follow the Your Overwatch Twitter, where you can find updates about new videos and other cool stuff. I've been Eddie the Chump, and until next time.